Well,
are
this
in.
is Violent and Fox bringing you another matchup here of PK Dota's the inaugural tournament. Today we've got LycanS versus the Heavy Boys, and they were already sparring in the chat a little bit. This should be an interesting game, don't you think?
Yep, trash talking on each team. It was pretty interesting to watch.
And these Lycan guys, they made it very clear that they did not want Heavy Boys to ban Lycan, or vice versa. Like, I don't know exactly who was talking, but relevant team name to hero in the game. I would imagine that we're going to see Lycan banned.
Yeah, I guess Lycan is their all-star player. They really love Lycan.
Well, if you name yourself after something, you better like it, I would imagine.
Yep, but so far there are no bans on Lycan yet. We see a either Brewmaster and a Wraith King ban instead.
And again, kind of tough to tell what each team is going for. Probably just picking out some heroes that have caused them some trouble in the past. And now that we're into the picks with that Tidehunter ban for the Heavy Boys, we'll see what they're going for in Doom first pick.
Another Doom pick. This is going to be an interesting game.
We talked about it in one of the other ones, but Rubik, Doom on Doom, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Didn't see too much of what the Heavy Boys chose. As far as heroes go in their lineup, it looks like they've been pretty diverse in their recent matchmaking games. Not too much history, and I don't think that there's any history between these teams. So again, should be an interesting game as the previous one was, and looking forward to another good one here.
Yep, I'm really looking forward to this game as well, because both teams are still fresh and we don't really know what's going to be the outcome of this game. We don't know who has the better side, so it's really going to be an interesting game.
It has been enjoyable. I do want to thank everybody that's been giving us some feedback. We're on our fourth game now, casting, and it seems as though we are snowballing as the heroes were in the last game, and just getting better. So appreciate the feedback from everybody out there, and it's just been fun to be a part of this tournament, and these teams have been really interesting to watch so far.
Thank you so much for everyone's support on this as well. Really good casting for the inaugural.
Just into the reserve time here. They're taking their sweet time, the Heavy Boys, to make their first pick, and I don't know, really could go anywhere with this. You know, they do have two picks in a row. I usually go for a double support and don't really reveal what I'm doing up front, but that has not been the case. It seems the teams are picking one of their hard carries right off the bat and showing their cards, I would say.
A support is a really good pick to begin with, because if you're planning to go for either an AoE strategy or a nuking strategy, you could either pick a very strong support to begin with. So there's a Mirana and Shadow Demon pick right now here.
And you know, we missed a couple boats in the last game, but I always like to see a good long arrow from Mirana, and expect to see some ganking with her Moonlight Shadow ability. And I did want to mention that the only hero that LycanS appeared to have picked consistently in their other lineups was the Ancient Apparition, and there they go, they pick it right here.
10 seconds remaining.
Yep. It's also a good Sacred Arrow and Shadow Demon's disruption, because when Shadow Demon disrupts an enemy unit, Mirana shoots off the arrow and it connects really well.
Yeah, that is a good setup, and then keep in mind that as soon as they come out of that, they're gonna have the two Shadow Demon spawns that come from that disruption hitting on them right away as well. So some additional damage from that. Definitely a good combination right up front for the Heavy Boys.
Extra DPS, extra damage, extra easy win.
Well, we've still got 3 more hero slots for each team. Still don't have an idea of what either of them are searching for just yet, but there's a couple more bans on the board. Does that give you any idea of what they're looking for?
Probably a nuking strategy or someone who's really a hard hitter, because so far Heavy Boys have already banned out 2 AoE heroes, which is Void
remaining.
and Tidehunter. And whereas
5
LycanS
seconds
have already
remaining.
only banned Death Prophet for the pushing ability, but they also banned out a heavy hitter, which is a Brewmaster right there.
There's a Nyx ban from the heavy boys, and he always seems to cause some problems for the softer heroes. Obviously, with the Vendetta and the spiked Carapace, gives them some good ganking ability. And some other pickups here. What do you think about this Dazzle pickup and a quick counter pick for Centaur Warrunner by the LycanS?
Dazzle is a good initiator. He has the Shallow Grave that could save anyone from being last hit to death, and his ulti as well is really good because it reduces damage and gives armor for the team, or reduce armor for the enemy team.
Yeah, and that really depends on his positioning. One of the interesting points that I like about Dazzle is the range that you can cast his weave ability. Shallow Grave obviously is going to be useful for anybody that gets low, but you have to think that this Ancient Apparition is thinking, oh, they may save him in the close fight, but I'm going to get a chance to snipe him as they're running back to Fountain. And if this AA knows what he's doing, I expect to see a couple people crack when they're frozen.
That Ice Blast is really irritating when he casts it out, and then you're like, oh, I'm safe, and bam, you explode right in the middle of nowhere.
You know, I've seen it. I've been a victim of it in my own Fountain. He's one of those heroes that is just a pain in the ass. And some more picks here. We got a Timbersaw, which I imagine is going to be an off-lane hero for the heavy boys, and Vengeful Spirit pickup for the LycanS, which gives them a support opportunity, or might also be a mid hero. You could definitely play it as either.
Yeah, Vengeful is a really strong hero. He could either be a support or a carry as well, and that initiating skill of Vengeful, that Nether Swap, is really good for Centaur and for Doom, especially when, say, Vengeful just pulls back Timbersaw and he dooms Timbersaw. Timbersaw can't escape at all.
Or Dazzle as well. Obviously any hero that can save another hero's life with just one cast is a hero that you want to get rid of. I expect to see a number of Nether swaps on Dazzle and this Timbersaw. Very interesting choices as far as heroes go. What do you think? One last pick here for both team. TA pickup.
Team pick.
So we see another TA.
And so it looks like they might not have a true mid-hero for LycanS, and having that last pick obviously gives them the opportunity to counter Templar Assassin. What do you think? 18 seconds on the board. One last hero prediction from you.
Someone who has a nuking capability, someone that could at least go against Templar Assassin's Refraction. Someone strong. Maybe like a Huskar or Kunkar.
Reserve time.
We have about
Their regular time ran out. We're into the reserve time here for LycanS as their last pick just before we get started. Give me how you think heavy boys are going to lane this out as far as their heroes go.
I'm thinking Templar Assassins go in mid, Mirana on the off lane, or safe lane with Shadow Demon and Dazzle, while Timbersaw handles the off lane. But I'm pretty sure Mirana is a better off lane than Timbersaw right here. Because Lycan has a nuking capability. He has the stun from Vengeful Spirit, a stun from Centaur Warrunner, and a slow from Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, there's definitely some good hero disable and slow abilities from the LycanS group. Again, just taking their time on this last pick. I'm not too certain what they're going to go for here, but their lineup is pretty strong as is. Definitely looking forward to this matchup between these two teams.
40 seconds in, and they're still trying to figure out what to pick, or probably it's just mind game. The suspense is really killing me as well. I'm not sure what about heavy boys. I'm pretty sure the suspense is killing them as well.
Well, it's working on us as casters, and we're not even playing in this game, so I imagine that it's definitely working on the heavy boys. Mind games are always a fun part of Dota. Easily able to talk about it.
Yep. And for a mid, this
Yeah, I just want to say, Fox, it sounds like you're breaking up just a little bit. I do want to mention that.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go. You definitely have come in much more clear. Okay, let's go through the LycanS lineup here while they're just making quick purchases. So we've got Bako on the Invoker, L Dash on the Vengeful Spirit, Novocaine on the Doom, Acid Burn on the Ancient Apparition, and BK 201 on the Centaur Warrunner. I'll turn it over to you to run over the Dire lineup, okay?
Well, we on the Dire side we have hold on, I think it's gonna be like an early Roshan right here. They just smoked up and looking for a possible early Roshan. Nope, it's an early gank instead. I'm gonna go through all the heroes. On the Dazzle we have Darth Kadir. On the Timbersaw we have N period.
30
On
seconds
Mirana
to battle.
we have Toltras, Shadow Demon, hashtag up like a tryhard, and mid lane Templar Assassin with Mist.
Right, now Mist is just kind of hanging out. Looks like he's going to go for the creep block. Some pings. Looks like they were scoping out the jungle, but doesn't look like too much is going to come into that early foray into the Radiant side jungle. As you said, they were looking for maybe an early gank, but all they placed was a ward and are just keeping things safe at the moment. But it's an aggressive tri-lane that we're going to see here.
Yep, but that was a pretty much of a waste of 100 gold right there. I didn't know what were they about to do as well. That smoke just wasted off while they were wandering around the jungle.
Shadow Demon picks up the haste rune bottom. Not too much going on down there. I'm going to go back to the mid and watch these two heroes duke it out at the beginning while we kind of get settled into our lanes here.
Alright.
And what's going on? It looks like we may have an early gank attempt from this AA and this Vengeful. Look at these Radiant guys up in the Dire side jungle. Look like they're waiting for this TA to push up. Look like they may want to get an early kill for this Invoker.
Probably waiting for TA to go to lower ground because they're on high ground now, and that gives them a lot of advantage. But just waiting for this TA to push off her lane, and bam, I think that's when they're gonna initiate.
How long do you wait for this? Oh, and there they go. They're actually in on it. Teleport coming in from the Dazzle in the bottom lane here. Not too much comes of that. They just seem to waste some time up there in the jungle and not get too much results out of it. And it looks like they're going to spread out and go back up to the top lane now.
That was a pretty silly move though. They wasted a lot of EXP and gold for about a minute and a half right there. They could have done something better on top lane instead.
At the moment, we do have a pause here. This Doom has maybe some issues. Actually, there's an engagement, it looks like maybe on the Timbersaw on the top lane. Looks like they were able to find him here. See what they've got going on, the Vengeful's definitely in range for a stun, but you gotta imagine that this Timbersaw, who is able to hold off tri-lane pretty easily on his own.
Well, nothing happened on top lane. He just wandered off back. No initiation so far. Nothing much going on.
I think Lycan thought about going with his stun on Vengeful Spirit, but this Timbersaw just aware, got himself away. Doesn't have his Timber Chain just yet, so he doesn't have a zoom out of trouble if he is, but I imagine that once he knows 3 heroes are up here that he's going to be looking for that.
So far, the Centaur Warrunner is handling his lane really well on the bottom lane.
Yeah, and they look to be pretty aggressive with the position of this Dazzle. They know what's going on in the jungle. He doesn't have any support down here, the Centaur Warrunner, and this Mirana just trying to get his last hits, and Shadow Demon denying over top of him. So it'd be interesting to see. Looks like this Timbersaw is just content to get some experience in the jungle here, but this Doom is way out farming him at the moment. 14 last hits to 3 last hits, as you can see.
Most last hits of this game so far. But Mirana's having the advantage in net worth instead, even though her last hits are much less compared to Doom's.
And these guys here in middle just appear to be battling a little bit. Nothing too much as far as that goes, but Backo on the high ground doing some damage to Mist. But I feel like TA is a pretty strong hero. Even in the early game, she's going to do some damage back to him and has a bottle, so she healed up pretty quickly there.
Like this Invoker is going for a Quas Wex in build. I usually see a lot of Quas Exort Invoker, but Quas Wex is not much of a ganking capability here as well.
Do you play much Invoker? Invoker is one of those heroes that I don't really understand all that well, and he kind of blows my mind when I see somebody play him to the absolute best of their ability. Do you think that he can be a game changer for this Lycan team?
Possibly by his build right now, because when he has Quas and Wex, he has that Tornado EMP capability where he nukes everyone's mana down really fast during team fights.
Absolutely, getting lifted up by that tornado and then having all your mana sapped is a bad way to start any initiation. And I'm just gonna watch them race. Looks like they're gonna run down here to this rune, but Radiant side is all over it. They know that he's going down there. Oh, look at this aggression. They knew he was going for the rune. They got all over him with those supports. They were waiting for him, but he's actually able to get out of that with a Ghost Walk.
What a that was fast movement by Invoker right there. If he didn't pop that Ghost Walk, that was a first blood already.
Oh, absolutely. And as TA goes in, he's actually on the AA now. He may be able to get a kill, but no, it looks like he's going to turn around. That AA may be able to get out of this, but it's a haste rune, and he is moving pretty quickly on their side. A good stun by the Vengeful Spirit, but just trading some hits. No real, no exchange of first blood just yet, but smoked up Dire side down in the Radiant jungle here, and they're probing. They're probing very hard.
5 minutes in, and we already had instances of first blood, which is pretty close, very close. 3 instances of almost a first blood. I guess this is an initiation again.
The Radiant actually almost was able to get a kill on the the Dire was almost able to get a kill on the Radiant Courier, and this micromanagement by BK201 was actually pretty impressive to save that. He is getting chased by 4 heroes at the moment. I believe if Mirana can get off one more hit here, she is going to get a kill. Yes, she did.
Oh,
absolutely.
And there goes the first blood.
First blood to Mirana, and he was very close to getting away from that. I actually almost can't believe that he did not.
Yeah. If Mirana hadn't, hit that one shot, he could have just walked away, and that was another kill just gone.
Well, as far as the farming goes, it's still Doom on top of the board, but this Mirana is definitely going to get pretty beefy down in the bottom. Invoker has a slight edge. Actually, I just tied it up as I said, slight edge in the mid lane. 19 kills, 5 denies, which is pretty good parity for the mid lane heroes. And you can see everybody else just kind of doing a little bit here and there.
So far, items on everyone is still pretty much basic. They don't really have much on their inventory.
No real pressure being put on any specific lane. This Doom has been actually they left one support away from him, so he's just got the AA up here. This Timbersaw is doing fine on his own as it appears at the moment. It's a good battle between the 2 heroes in middle, both taking each other down a little bit, but unfortunately no real results of it other than that one gank in the jungle.
Yeah. Doom's been farming pretty well. He already has a Hand of Midas right now. So
It's
we'll
just
probably
about a
see
7-minute hand of Midas from our eyes on that, and that's definitely going to help him. We saw a Doom before not even go for the hand of Midas, and he topped the net worth the whole game for the last game that we casted. I know that Doom with the Midas is only going to get bigger from here on out.
And there goes another initiation on top lane.
Yeah, and as you said, actually in the early game, Doom on Timbersaw really kind of suffers, but there was a teleport in from Dazzle. He was able to save him with a Shallow Grave, but only for a moment. The Doom still ticks through at the end of that. But Shadow Demon gets a kill on Ancient Apparition at the same time. So it is a trade in the top lane. Unfortunately, that Timbersaw goes down, and I don't think that's quite worth trading for the Ancient Apparition.
The mysteries renew me.
Timbersaw pretty much lost what he just farmed, but about 300 gold. That's gonna be tough to catch up in.
Check this out, Invoker rotated towards the top, and I saw him sitting there in the woods, but that was a great tornado. He was able to actually only get one, but they looked like they might be able to take down both heroes here. Yes, indeed they were. That AA back up quickly, teleported right back into the fight, and was actually able to pick up a kill on this Shadow Demon. So both supports end up going down for the Dire, and the kill lead changes to the Radiant side. LycanS in favor at the moment, pushing this top tower. Got some good teleports coming in here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's like Templar Assassin is free farming on the mid lane and probably gonna take this tower down while everyone's
Oh,
just
and there's
fighting up top.
there's the Shadow Demon arrow blast. Did you just see that set up? The AA just got absolutely pummeled by the Shadow Demon.
Tower is under
I
attack.
totally missed that. I was looking at middle lane while I'm seeing if anyone is going to initiate on Templar. But man, I should have watched that. It should be pretty
Yeah,
sick.
it looks like HB was content to stay top and get those kills for that Timbersaw. But as you said in the draft, you get that Shadow Demon with his Shadow Disruption arrow right on top of it as he's coming out of it. The AA Shadow Demon summons that he had were able to bring him down, and another kill. So again, a lead change as far as the kill streaks and kill board goes. Back to Heavy Boy's favor at this point.
So far during the graph, I'm looking at the graph now, and it shoots up to LycanS in the beginning with 400 gold lead, close to 500, and it went back down all the way to HB's favor. And so far in EXP, HB is still leading about 1,100.
And I believe that experience was probably from that first blood that they got in the jungle. That Centaur was alone, and maybe the kills that they got up here at the top lane now. So I missed a vengeful die up here in the Radiant Secret Side jungle, but a good rotation comes down towards middle from all of their heroes top, and they actually get that mid tower down.
Vengeful went down when Shadow Demon popped a smoke and chased him from behind all the way to the Radiant side secret shop, and Timbersaw just came in from the bottom of the hill over here and went in, while Vengeful was still stuck there, and he got disrupted and went down easily.
Well, it's been an interesting start to this game. 8 kills in the first 10 minutes here, and you know, nothing too. It didn't look like any of these were like given up easily. I mean, both teams rotating to work and work together to get their kills. Definitely some good combination of hero play, right?
Yep.
We see 4 heroes back top now for the HB squad. The Heavy Boys look to be pushing that top tower. They just cleaned up that mid tower a moment ago, so they know that they can take down towers pretty quickly. Just an errant arrow, just slightly missing Doom. It looked like it would have hit him at that if that creep hitbox was not as big as it was. And here comes Lycan from the river. 3 heroes up the side. A good Doom from Doom on the TA, and they're picking off just about everybody. But this Dazzle he's got to get some hazard pay out of this, man. He kept that Mirana alive, and that's their big farm at the moment.
They're the last.
Dazzle was like, he could have escaped if he had enough mana for that teleportation scroll right there, but Invoker just came in around the corner and blasted him down.
Yeah, and he did indeed have that teleport scroll. He picked it up as he ran in there, and yeah, you're right. Just a step off from the mana, but you know, I think it's worth it. He saved that Mirana, and that Mirana is at the top of their board. Oh, and look at LycanS catches off Mirana just a step away. Leap enough to save her life, and he's trying to pick her out, get some help, but there is no help coming on Mirana.
Run out like a
Very aggressive team play right here by the LycanS. They know that their Doom has the capability to nuke people down. They're just going in.
Oh yeah, and we're losing a couple heroes for LycanS now at the moment. They appear to be doing some good work in this. I'm telling you, this Dazzle just able to save himself only for a brief moment, but they're going to get an interesting trade here. LycanS may have all 5 heroes die at the moment. Actually, some people reviving, but all said and done, still only a 1-kill difference between 2 teams.
Yep. And Mirana went back to bottom lane to just farm up for some golden EXP right here, while Doom the bottom, hopefully getting a kill on Mirana, maybe. Vision, I guess.
And as we take a look at each hero's net worth here, Doom just topping 7,000 at the moment, about 1,500 ahead of Mirana, the highest net worth for the Dire side. But team fight's very interesting. Kills of the heavy boys. Tower's just slightly in favor of the heavy boys too at the moment, and we should see an interesting game here. Both these teams seem very in it to win it at the moment.
And I'm looking at the graph now for the difference in goal. Everything went back to neutral ground, so it's 0 for both teams. So it's pretty much at the balance right here. So it still could go either way. But the difference in
look at how many times the gold and experience have changed leaders. I mean, a very interesting swing in both directions so far.
Yep, it went up and down and up and down.
Well, I'm looking forward to this. So far, it's been a bit of a roller coaster of a game. Let's see who gets some traction here and can carry this into the middle game as these heroes start to build some of their core items.
So far, we can see that the Doom already has a Blink Dagger on him with a Midas. That's a pretty fast Blink Dagger. Within 13 minutes time, he already had a Blink Dagger. With the help of that Midas, pretty fast.
And it looks like Centaur Warrunner is very close to picking up his as well. He's just about 1,900 gold. 2,000 is what he needs to get that Blink Dagger, and that's definitely going to change this LycanS team fight ability here.
And Invoker is going for a Orchid. He has a quarterstaff, 2 quarterstaff in his inventory and a Sage's Mask. He could finish up the Oblivion staff right now with the Robo the Magi in his invent. And possibly finish an Orchid maybe in about another 2 minutes, I guess.
And Orchid definitely adds some versatility to their team fight. I mean, Doom Silence ulti is already huge. You're obviously going to use that on their main hero that's initiating on you. But Orchid, the cooldown is very low. You'll definitely be able to get some additional silences on some heroes that need it, especially this Dazzlin'. As I said, Dazzle's working overtime at the moment.
Yep. So Doom could either go for their main carry, Mirana, Templar Assassins, or Timbersaw, while Invoker just silence Dazzle right there, and then it's gonna be a fast game from there.
Any particularly interesting item pickups that you can see on Radiant or on Dire side? And just want to point out that Centaur did get his Blink Dagger just before the 15-minute mark here.
So on Dire side, we don't see much items yet. Templar Assassin only has a Midas. She's probably gonna farm for a Blink Dagger as well. Dazzle doesn't have much on his inventory as well, while the rest are still pretty much having basic items in their inventory.
Well, I do want to point out that Timbersaw has picked up his Preservance. I imagine that he's going to go Bloodstone. Pretty common build for Timbersaw. Definitely makes him a much more tough hero to take down with that mana regen. He is trying to farm it up in the bottom lane, but only has 700 plus gold at the moment. So not quite there yet, but we'll keep an eye on that.
If he gets his Bloodstone early game, maybe in about by the 20th minute mark, it's gonna be really snowballing for him because a fast cooldown, mana cost efficient. He's gonna go crazy.
Radiant structures.
Yeah, and I do want to point out that he has the highest amount of kills on the Dire side, so you know that he's going to get some charges on that Bloodstone once he gets it. And that was a great arrow from Mirana in from the side, but the follow-up, Tornado and EMP, just kind of turned this one around on Dire. And it looks like Shadow Demon's going to go down, Centaur's going to go down. LycanS diving a little bit past the tower, and another arrow comes in. Oh, just smashes right into that Invoker, and they're going to be able to clean this up. LycanS drops Invoker, they drop Centaur, they drop AA. Vengeful goes down, and Doom looks like he might be able to get out of this with that Blink Dagger that he was just getting before that fight.
Yep, 4 down, and he's the only one left, and everybody's just pinging on him, trying to chase him down. Like aggressive pinging on Doom. They just want to take Doom down because he's really, if he doesn't go down, he's gonna go snowballing in this game.
He is still leading the charge here with the last hits and net worth at the moment, but 3 heroes hot on his tail for the heavy boys here. TA, Mirana, and this Timbersaw are all getting some pretty good money here, and a smoke in the Radiant side jungle. It looks like they're moving around to do just a little bit more work here. Oh, they may be going to attempt Roshan. Yeah, we're going to see a Roshan attempt here from Heavy Boys, and that Shadow Demon actually cleared their ward right as they were getting into this. So they smoked into Roshan. I believe that LycanS know what's up. You can see this. Yep, there we go. They know what's going on. Little errant by the Shadow Demon Mirana, a little miscommunication there, I believe. That L dash was able to get out of that Shadow Demon blast, but he still dies, overcommitting to reveal that Heavy Boys were going to get that Roshan kill.
So close by Vengeful Spirit. If that TP just made out in time, she would be saved.
So Timbersaw, TA picks up that Aegis, and they're going to go aggressive right away with that Aegis in hand. 5 heroes in the middle. They're pushing. They're auto-attacking these creeps. They appear that they want to go across the river at the moment. I take that back entirely. They're moving away.
I see that TA here has 2,800 gold in hand right now, but she didn't purchase a Blink Dagger. She hasn't purchased a Blink Dagger. I'm guessing she's going for a BKB instead because of the Ogre Club that's in her inventory.
That would be an interesting pickup. Blink Dagger seems to be a pretty core item for Templar Assassin. Why do you think that BKB is the choice? Is she going to try and protect herself from that Doom at the beginning of fights?
That's my guess. It's just the Doom. That's the only way that she could give out the max DPS while being able to survive in team fights without being Doom. And she just picked up her Blacking Bar right there.
There you go. So she does pick up the BKB as we were discussing there. What do you think? LycanS on the back foot at the moment. They've given up all their tier 1 towers. They're only down by 2 towers at the moment and 5 kills. What do you think they could do to get back into this one here? And there's the smoke in their jungle.
They probably initiate a better team fight. Win a proper team fight. They have a ward right here, and they're being spotted, and I'm not sure if they know that. And Templar has already signaled them to go in for the river side here.
Yep. When Shadow Demon put down that Sentry Ward, or the Sentry Ward in the bottom lane to clear out the Observer before they went into Roshan, he placed his, so they knew that they were smoked in the water there, and nothing really comes to that smoke. They just go right back into their lane and right back to farming. And
it's a smoke by Dire side here.
Actually, I believe that is the Mirana ulti they did use to get across the river here, and just seeing if they're still smoked. Got an arrow going through. Doesn't Wow, that was probably as close to not actually hitting somebody with an arrow as you could possibly get. BK 201 was inches from that arrow dissipating.
It was my mistake. I thought it was a smoke. I didn't see that moon on top of everyone's head. My mistake.
And another great arrow. They actually were able to hit the Doom, and you can see those pings. They're just trying to get over to him as quick as they can. Invoker comes. Tornado. AA ulti actually picks off three of them at the moment, but only Shadow Demon and Invoker dead at the moment here. This Timbersaw did get doomed again, and he's actually just getting chased out. Doom does take him down. So we've got a Timbersaw down, Shadow Demon down for Radiant or for Dire, and then now a change of kills for the Radiant here. Vengeful Spirit ends up dying after that, and Ancient Apparition as well here. Looks like we're going to see some aggression towards the mid tower. They have heroes up, they have health, they have mana. They're going to continue this push at the moment.
It's a 3-4-1. I'm not sure how LycanS is going to come back from this because HB is already leading 6,000 in gold right now, and if they take this tower, that's their first mid-tier 2 tower. And Vengeful doesn't even have a proper item yet. She only has a brown boot in her inventory. She couldn't like get any other stuff. Because what we need to see from Vengeful here is a mechanism. During team fight, she could just pop it up and then probably just survive a little bit more in a team fight.
Yeah, brown boots is not going to do much for your survivability. She's level 6, so we do have the option for that swap, especially considering their position in the jungle. There's a blink in and a nice stomp by the Centaur. Gets 2 heroes, double edges that Shadow Demon, and he gets popped right away. But Centaur not tanky enough, I don't think, to handle all of the heroes once he blinks in. That Templar Assassin does die. Aegis is consumed, but right back into the fight here, and it appears that we're going to see 4, maybe 5. Yep, 5 heroes go down for the LycanS here. Heavy Boys doing some good work in the Radiant side jungle as they push into the Dire base, or the LycanS base at the moment here.
Did you see that swap from Vengeful Spirit swapping Doom in? It was pretty silly because, I mean, she could have saved herself, but she wanted to sacrifice herself to save Doom, but they were just too fast, and Doom just went down easily like that. They rushed through the middle tower and got Doom easily, so that was a waste of swap as well.
And 20-minute brown boots is, unfortunately, I don't think going to cut it in this game. They're down by 10 kills now at the moment. You can see TA has taken over that top spot in the net worth column, and followed closely by Mirana. And they just seem to be having their way with the LycanS at the moment.
Sad to see that Vengeful has only a net worth of 400 gold right now. I don't know how she's going to come back from this.
At the moment, she has 0 last hits and 7 denies. Yeah, absolutely. And look at this arrow coming in. Wow, great with the ward. This Mirana is going to get another kill on this Vengeful. Any money that Vengeful had is just going right into the ground there.
Yeah, that sacred arrow took almost down. It was below.
It was 2/3 of her health. Absolutely, she had no chance of getting out of that. And at that distance, that stun is just so long.
And that ward placement right there was very, very good.
There was a dust on this Invoker. I'm sorry, I'm missing this fight. My slide is just a little bit off, but it looks like that Invoker is going to get out of that. They do have a Sentry Ward in the jungle. They played that very cool. I believe they were able to see that Invoker come up and just kind of pretended that he wasn't there until he actually made the first move.
It's all about mind games, Violent. That Invoker probably think that, oh, I'm safe wandering around this area, and next thing you know, he's being attacked. That DPS bringing him down.
And you can see some very aggressive ward placement here by Heavy Boys in the LycanS jungle. They've got a good idea of what they're going on, what they're going into, and what they're doing over there. I don't see why they're going to let up anytime soon. And you can see right back to it. It looks as though we're going to get a push on the bottom lane here.
So far on the item side, Invoker has already completed his Orchid. Probably going for a Dagon next with the Null Talisman in his inventory. Doom is going for an Assault Cuirass. Vengeful is still having her Brown Boot. Nothing from a just a Brown Boot and a Wand. While Centaur is going for the Mechanism instead because Vengeful couldn't do anything about this.
We're seeing a bit of a split push at the moment. Heavy boys appear that they can take it 4 on 5, and this Templar Assassin's just pushing out the top tower, and nobody's up there to defend it.
Arrow just barely missed.
Oh yeah, the arrows that have been on have been absolutely amazing, and the arrows that have been that missed have just been slightly off. This Mirana, man, sign her up for an archery contest because she is killing it right now.
Oh, and there's an initiation here in the bottom lane right now.
And you know, Mirana does use the Moonlight Shadow to get everybody out of there. Dazzle saves himself, but I don't think it's actually going to work on him. Have a couple heroes going down. Vengeful dies, Doom dies, Mirana dies, and Dazzle is dead at the moment. But here we go. Heavy boys on the roll. I don't know. I don't think I want to be put under the weight of heavy boys. It's just too much for LycanS at the moment.
Yep. Let's look at the item list on Dire side. Mirana already has Mjolnir. She's probably going for a Desolator next with a Mittelheim in her inventory. Templar's going for the Skadi. I'm not really sure. She has almost 5k gold and she's not even using it yet. Shadow Demon has an Urn and Face Boots, right? Arcane, I'm sorry. Timbersaw completed his Bloodstone, and Dazzle has almost with the mech done.
And looks like they're just falling back here. They may be giving another attempt at Roshan. It appears that that's where they're all heading to. They're pinging like madmen over on this side.
Well, there aren't any other wards placed by Radiant as well, so it's a very okay sign to go for Roshan right now. And Roshan just spawned as well. Okay, checking if they're in Roshan right there with the Sunstrike.
And I think he was a little bit too early. They had stacked the Ancient Camp here in Dire Jungle, and I believe that they're going to go right into Roshan now. Yep, they're pinging it out, and here we go. We're going to get another Roshan attempt. Oh, there's AA. He knows.
And
he knows.
AA checked it out. If they were just...
Here comes.
If they went in a bit late.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Violent, are you there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just getting a little bit of lag on my end here, but we're going to have a fight here in Roshan pit. That dude blinked in, but just got absolutely popped, man. Look at the teamwork from Heavy Boys. Just way too much for this. 4 heroes down already for LycanS. Yeah, Ancient Apparition.
And it's a GG call.
Cheeky teleport. Thought he was going to get out of that, and there's a good game.
That was a very interesting game. I thought LycanS had the upper hand in this game with the Doom, but they went in on early for Heavy Boys, and they got it.
Just shows, you know, LycanS were ahead by 1 kill at one point in the early portion of the game, but I don't think that you can have a hero only get Sentry Wards and Brown Boots and be a viable portion of your team.
Yeah, it's really sad to see. She's only level 8, 0 to 10, Brown Boots and a Sentry Ward. 8 last hits, 3 denies, 132 goals per minute. I don't know what to say anymore.
Well, another good game here at the PK Dota Inaugural Tournament. Fox, I appreciate you being with me here again. We'll probably get some more. I don't know if today, but definitely tomorrow, okay?
Sure. It's a good casting with you today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see you again here soon.